Good evening, everybody. This is Davy Jones from your Colonel Crawford Post of the American Legion, downtown Bucyrus, where tonight, for the 58th straight year, we'll be honoring the past commanders of our local Colonel Crawford Post 181, including our immediate past commander, Tony Mikulak. Our broadcast coverage is presented by Adam Weisner at Advanced Fiber Technology, Martin R. Bernhardt, Mike's Roofing, phone Bucyrus 562-5752. Hannah Newton and all of the associates at Wendy's, downtown Bucyrus and Upper Sandusky. Jim and Jeremy Letter, Jim Letter's Body Shop. The Kimmerline family, Bucyrus Road Materials since 1939. Vince Ponziani and everybody at Waycraft Industries. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your Master of Ceremonies, Commander Ty Bowers.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Colonel Crawford Post 181 Past Commanders Banquet. We're going to start off by making a few introductions. First off, we're going to introduce our post officers, American Legion Post, myself, Ty Bowers, immediate past commander, Tony Mikulak, First Vice Commander, John Bill Cummings. Second Vice Commander, Alan Young. Adjutant, David Robertson. Finance Officer, Denny Tyner. Chaplain, once again, Tony Mikulak. Our Sergeant-at-Arms, Ken Long, is unable to be with us tonight, but we do have our Judge Advocate, John Bud Topper. And Executive Board Member, Doug Wilson. I'll now turn the mic over to Tammy Tima to introduce the auxiliary officers here tonight.
Thank you, Ty. Karen Weir is our president. She just could not make it here tonight. She's not feeling good. Sandy Thale, which is my Amigo 1 and my Amigo 2, both could not be here. Amigo 3, I'm here. So I'm the vice president. The other person that's here is, we've got Alice Tyner, who is our secretary. Randy Robertson, who's our chaplain. Susan Adams couldn't be here today, and she is our Sergeant of Arms. I thank you very much.
We'll now have SAL Commander Kevin Tyner introduce the Sons of the American Legion officers present.
Thank you, Commander Bowers. I'm Commander Kevin Tyner. Have First Vice and Adjutant Bernie Kessler. Second Vice Ron Lambert. Finance Officer Tony Carter. And Chaplain Tim Cartwright, who's unable to be here this evening. And Sergeant Arms Bob Cox, who's unable to be here. And our advisor, Dave Robertson.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Kevin. We also have several distinguished guests with us tonight. First is Department Commander Jeanne Wilson. Department of Ohio Auxiliary President Colleen Phillips and her husband. SAL Department of Ohio Commander Doug Hancock, Squadron 4, 479 in the Plymouth region. We have Jane Yeager, Unit 447 Plymouth, 5th District Auxiliary Vice President. Mayor of Bucyrus, Jeff Reeser. Bucyrus Service Safety Director, Jeff Wagner. From Galleon Post 243 and Crawford County Council member, Don Reinhardt. From Post 405, New Washington, Donald Jerome Heidinger, both Crawford County Council members. From Crestline Post 488, Jim Grader. He's also a member of Crawford County Veteran Service Commission.
Thank you.
Also with us tonight, Dan Briggs, past Department of Ohio Sons of the AMVETS, past National Commander of Sons of the AMVETS. We also have Mark Bean, Squadron 405, 5th District SAL Finance Officer. We'd also like to thank Davy Jones from WBCO, WQEL for broadcasting the banquet tonight and also recording for Facebook. I'd like to just take a moment to thank several people that have been very helpful for me as my year as commander of the post. As I come into the home stretch of my first year as commander, I would be very remiss if I didn't take the time to just express my gratitude to the following individuals. First, our immediate past commander, Tony Mikulak. He has been a longtime friend and an inspiration to me. Likewise, our past commanders, John Bud Topper and John Bill Cummings. Bud was the post commander when I first joined the Legion in 1995, right after I got out of the Marine Corps. He's always been available to offer some advice and just a role model for me as a young commander. Also, Bill, my gambling buddy. He's the post commander when I eventually returned after I retired from the Army National Guard and reinstated my membership and became active in the post. Both of these gentlemen have just been constant inspirations. Next is our post adjutant, David Robertson, who quietly behind the scenes keeps us compliant with department and the national organization. They say the military floats on a sea of paperwork. While the Legion is going to an online presence, David, is our helmsman, is making sure we navigate those waters as efficiently as possible. Next, our club manager, Wes Newman. He has great passion for this post and has turned our canteen into a thriving restaurant during the breakfast and lunch hours that has become a main dining destination for downtown Bucyrus. He is also continuing to innovate with entertainment and food options in the evening to generate more interest and attract new members. Thanks, Wes. To wrap up, I would not be here tonight without the tutelage and mentorship of Denny Tyner. He has been a steady hand and a constant source of guidance and encouragement. He has made it a point to assist me in every facet of this position, to which I am forever grateful. I just hope that I can grow into half the mentor that he has been for me. Finally, I have to say thank you to my wife, Stacy. She has supported me through all of my Legion endeavors, whether it's a weekend away at the department convention, or finishing work and realizing I have 15 minutes to leave for a planning meeting up here at the post, or get to a county council meeting. Stacy, thank you so much. Now, in the spirit of tonight, of honoring our past commanders and the mentors and teachers and instructors for all of us, I found a poem that to me just seem to capture the whole spirit of the evening. It may be familiar to some of you, and some of you may be hearing it for the first time, but it's called The Bridge Builder by Will Allen Dranguli. An old man going a lone highway came at evening cold and gray to a chasm vast and deep and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him. But he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a fellow pilgrim near, you're wasting your strength with building here. Your journey will end by the ending day. You'll never again pass this way. You've crossed this chasm deep and wide. Why build this bridge at evening tide? The builder lifted his old gray head. Good friend, in the path I have come, he said, there followed after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been naught to me, to that fair-haired youth, may be a pitfall be. He too must cross at twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him. This list of thank yous is the epitome of this evening. To come together to honor and celebrate those who have gone before us as commander or president of their respective branches in our organization. We'll also take time to remember and honor our members who have passed in the past year with a memorial service. Now seems like a fitting time to celebrate our Legion family together here at Post 181. Each branch complements and assists the others in all that we do. We depend and thrive on our cooperation to make our post the active, vibrant post that it is, where all members can feel welcome. Our immediate past commanders of Post 181, American Legion Post Commander Tony Michalak. Tony and Virginia Michalak will be celebrating their 31st anniversary on June 29th. They have a son, Andrew, and a daughter, Amy. Tony retired from Bucyrus City Schools with 32 years of service as a custodian, coach, and bus driver. Tony is currently out of retirement and back working for Bucyrus and Winford High Schools. Tony's wife, Virginia, is a retired teacher from Bucyrus City Schools with 32 years of service also. Tony served in the Ohio Army National Guard, Battery B, 136th Field Artillery in Bucyrus, Ohio. He served from January 1986 to January 1990. He went to basic training and advanced individual training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Tony was a U.S. Army trained cook and achieved the rank of Specialist 4. Around Bucyrus Elementary School, when walking the halls, you can hear students call out to Tony, SpongeBob, to which he answers, SquarePants. Thank you, Tony. Our past auxiliary president, Karen Weir. Karen joined this great organization in 1997 under her stepson, Bobby, who served in Desert Storm. Karen really enjoyed helping where she can. She enjoys helping with the Friday night meals and helping our veterans in any way she is able, attending great ceremonies like our patriotic show, the flag retirement ceremonies, Bratwurst Festival, Memorial Day, etc. Karen was married for 43 and a half years to her late husband, Bob. Her blended family includes daughter Carmen Leffler, 5 stepkids, Sean Tyner, Heather Weir, Tracy Crawford, Bobby Weir, and John Weir. They have 16 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. In her household is also a 98-year-old mom and a dog, Roxy, a cat, Pumpkin, and her mom's cat, BB. Carolyn would like to give a big shout out to Tammy, Sandy, Alice, Brandy, Sue, and Judy, who have helped her so much with the auxiliary. They were great gals and have helped her out tremendously. Thank you, ladies. Sons of the American Legion Post Commander, Kevin Tyner. Kevin has been coming to the post since he was 7 years old. In In 1991, when he was 15 years old, his signature was one of those on the Squadron 181's charter application. He is an active supporter of the post and our veterans in the community. He has been on the squadron color guard and has filled in when needed within our post color guard. Kevin also helps the Veterans Memorial Society with a section of the Oakwood Cemetery that he places flags on for local veterans. He is a supporter of the area youth, forming a scholarship program for the squadron. He is a regular cook of the Friday night meals and our yearly hog roast. This is his 9th term as squadron commander. Thank you, Kevin. At this time, we'd like to introduce our keynote speakers. First is the Department of Ohio Legion Commander, Jeanne Wilson. I apologize, I did not intend to pause for dramatic effect. Still have your bio to read.
Oh, jeez.
Jeanne L. Wilson was elected to the high office of Commander of the American Legion, Department of Ohio, by unanimous vote at the 102nd Department Convention on July 11, 2021. As Department Commander of the largest veterans organization statewide, Wilson will serve a one-year term as the lead ambassador for over 520 posts and 85,000 members. She served in the U.S. Army from 1967 to 1971. Jeanne is the first female veteran to be elected to the Department Commander of Ohio in 102 years. Jeanne Wilson is a post-awarded life member of both the Yeager-Benson Post 199 and the AMVETS Post 13, and a unit-awarded life member of the Yeager-Benson Auxiliary Unit 199. Jeanne earned her eligibility in these organizations by serving in the United States Army. Jeanne served her American Legion post in all offices. She served as the post commander from 1990 to 1992 and is currently serving her 20th year as the post finance officer. She is both a past Hamilton County American Legion commander and a fabulous 4th District American Legion commander. She has won the Big Brown Jug Commander 2000 and 2001. Jeanne served the National American Legion on the Americanism Committee. Jeanne met and married her husband Jerry while they were both serving in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and they have 2 children, Tammy and Woody, and 7 grandchildren. She served on the Joseph's House Board for 10 years, serving twice as president. She served on the Cincinnati Fisher House for 10 years and served on the Friends of the Fisher House at the Cincinnati VA. Since 2011, Jeanne has served on the Hamilton County Veteran Service Commission and was appointed by Governor Kasich to the Ohio Women's Task Force. For the past 9 years, she has served on the Harrison Mayor's Fund and currently serving as the board president. Recently, Jeanne has been recognized by the Zeta Iota chapter of the Beta Sigma Phi sorority of Harrison as the First Lady of Harrison Community Service Award for 2018. The city of Harrison's recognized Jeanne's support of not only veterans and their families, but our community by bestowing the honor of being the Grand Marshal of the city of Harrison's 4th of July 2018 parade. Jeanne was elected to serve 2018 and 2019 as the Department of Ohio's 2nd Vice Commander on Sunday, July 1st, 2018, and was elected to serve the 2019 to 2020 as the Department of Ohio's 1st Vice Commander on Sunday, June 30th, 2019. Due to the COVID-19, she also served in the 2020-2021 as the 1st Vice Commander for the Department of Ohio. Each year, the Department Commander has a special project. Jeanne's is suicide prevention, education, and awareness. Jeanne lost her father and many friends by suicide. Jeanne will be working with Save a Warrior. Anyone wanting to donate to her project can do so by sending a check payable to the Department of Ohio American Legion P.O. Box 8007, Delaware, Ohio.
Memo section, save a warrior.
SAW.
Those who know me really know I really don't like a lot of attention. Except for my family, for my husband and my children. I crave their attention, but unfortunately, how everybody's lives go, you don't get to see your children after they grow up. They're busy with their life, their children, and it just gets crazy. But Department President Colleen, Detachment Commander Doug, past Detachment Commander Bernie, Commander, Auxiliary President, Sons of the American Legion Commander, members here, members from other posts, the county commanders. It's a great honor for me to be here tonight. And I especially like being here and seeing this young commander taking the leadership position of this American Legion post. What do we hear all the time? That we need to get our younger members involved by taking office. And here he is. We need more of that. And we need not only that at the post level, but we need it on our county levels, our district level, our department level, and our National American Legion level. We've got to change the face of the American Legion. So many times the American Legion is described as the old men's gray hair club. Sorry guys, gray hair. But the old man's gray hair club down the street, where they meet and drink cold beer and play cards. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not what we're about. And we need, if we want to stay a viable organization of our veterans, we've got to change how the public views us. Because we're much more than that. We're the veterans who raised their right hand and took the oath to serve our country, and if need be, give our life. That's what we're about. And our American Legion, along with the American Legion Auxiliary, along with the Sons of the American Legion, along with the American Legion Writers, do more in our communities and for our veterans than anybody else. The bad news is we're a little shy on telling people what we do. We give scholarships. We donate blood. We collect food for the needy. We make sure that children have Christmas presents at Christmas time and warm coats in the winter time. We make sure that kids have fun playing baseball, basketball, football by being sponsors. But we don't go out there and say that. So we're perceived as a men's club down the road that drink beer and play cards. And we're not that. It's okay if we do that. I like to drink beer occasionally, and I love to play cards. But we do so much more than that, and people fail, we fail to brag about what we do. letting people know what we're about. For we can recruit people like your commander here into our organization. Because the younger veterans, if we're to go on, the younger veterans are the face of our organization. We have so many eligible veterans out there, but we're failing to engage them in our organization. When we go to Congress and we lobby for benefits for our veterans, and they look at us and say, hey, listen, you got 3.5 million veterans eligible for your organization, and you only have 1.5 that belong. How important are you? So we've got to engage the younger veterans. We've got to bring them in. I was very impressed by coming into this American Legion because I see how much you do and how you invite the public in by your meals and that, where they can come in and see what your American Legion is all about. And I'm very impressed with this banquet tonight. So many times we don't recognize the people who give their time to be a post officer, to be a unit officer, or to be a Sons of the American Legion officer. We fail to do that. We fail to thank people. We must thank them. We must engage them. We must keep them. So I just think this is great. I think this whole banquet is wonderful. Especially love the food. It's delicious. But, you know, I said the American Legion have so much going on right now. I can tell you, I got elected in July. I went to the office 10 days later thinking I was all that, with my briefcase and everything, and I was going to the office and sit down, and I was going to have a chat with everybody in the office and get everybody on the same page. I go into my office, I open up my briefcase, I sit down, the department adjutant comes in and says, I have to tell you something. I'm thinking, well, I've only been in office 10 days. I really couldn't have offended anyone or done anything that bad in 10 days, could I? No, I didn't do that. The department adjutant at the time, Suzette Heller, looks at me and says, I'm leaving. I said, you said you have amnesia? She said, no, I said, I'm leaving. And I'm like, good God, now what do I do? Here I am in my very first 10 days of serving as a department commander, and my department adjutant, who is your right-hand person, is leaving. And Suzette and I were very good friends, so I mean, it had nothing to do with me being the department commander. It had to do with she got a much better job offer with much more money, and people have to take care of their families, so you have to understand that. So in a panic mode, we're trying to figure out who we're going to replace Suzette with. And we did some interviews and this and that, and we tried to do the best job we could with the applicants that had applied, and we decided on a gentleman named Eric Hall, who belongs to the American Legion from Northeast Ohio, has some knowledge of the American Legion, probably not as much as he really needs to have, but he'll learn. He worked as a service officer in Cleveland, so we brought Eric in, and it's been a very stressful year because there's a lot of things that have to be done in a timely manner for we continue to grow, move forward. Midwinter conventions, spring meetings. I mean, it never ends. So sometimes when people call the department and you're a little agitated because things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like for them to have, because your membership report's not right, or you sent something in and they said they didn't receive it, department adjutant, we have a lot of new department staff. So they're working as hard as they can to make sure that our department stays in the forefront. But it's not an easy task. It's just not. But that's the way it is. But there's much that has been done, and there's much that needs to be done, and there will be much more that continues to go through the year. But I just wanted to give you a little update on that. And I want to thank this post for being one of the posts in the Department of Ohio that does their membership on My Legion. We have been working very hard for the past 3-4 years, getting posts to sign up on My Legion and do their membership that way. It's like trying to drag somebody sometimes kicking and screaming to church. You know, it's going to be good for them once they get there, but they don't think that when they're going. But My Legion, even though it's had a lot of issues, it is working out. It's going to be the future for all of us. Another thing that I'd like to ask you to do is think about, if you don't already do this, think about receiving your Ohio Legion news digitally. Instead of getting the paper mailed to you, you can actually get it to you, emailed to you. There's more information in the digital, there's more pictures. It's very, very expensive very, very expensive to print a newspaper. This next issue that's coming out is going to be printed by a different printing company. It's going to change the way that it looks. And again, you're going to have to bear with us a little bit as we work through it. I know a lot of people love getting it. I know a lot of people love sitting down, looking at it, and enjoying it. And we don't want to take that away from anyone. But you can imagine, like the price of gas, everything goes up with the price of the newspaper. The paper, the mailing, the printing, the hours it takes putting it together. So if you try to do the digital, I think that you'll really, really like it. And I don't know if you have done this, Commander, but I hope you have. And I hope that everybody out here will do it, but take some classes from the Buckeye American Legion College. Anyone, whether you just joined or whether you've been a member 50 or 60 years, I urge you to go through Buckeye American Legion College. You'll learn a lot. They're great instructors, and it's a wonderful learning tool. We know that Buckeye Voice State is coming up here in June, and we just signed a new contract with Miami University, so we're going to be at Miami University for at least the next 10 years. And the Buckeye Voice State trustees and commissioners have been working really hard trying to make sure that we don't have to raise the cost of Buckeye Voice State. So right now, they don't foresee having to raise the cost of Buckeye Voice State. Anyone who's ever been to Buckeye Voice State, or anybody that volunteers at Buckeye Voice State, I know that you can attest to it's a great week. And the boys that go there are great young gentlemen. And it's a great experience. I know I've been there the last 3 years as a commissioner, and I'm going to be there again this year. Wanted to say that, don't forget that the department convention is coming up in Cincinnati on July the 1st and ends on July the 3rd. One of my happiest days will be on July the 3rd, because that's when I'll be known as Past Department Commander Jeanne Wilson. No, it's been a great year for me, and it's been a lot of fun traveling around, seeing everyone. making my hospital visits. I made my hospital visit today to the Cincinnati VA. So we're continuing to work for our veterans. And I'd just like to say just a little bit about my special project, Save a Warrior. Save a Warrior, suicide prevention, education, awareness is very, very important to me. I lost my own father when I was 24 years old to suicide. I've lost many friends to suicide. And I can attest to you, if you ever lost anyone by suicide, it's absolutely something that you never get over. I was 24 years old when my father committed suicide. I'm 71 years old now. I can tell you, I can remember that day that my father died like it was yesterday. I remember every detail. I still carry the pain with me and the guilt of wondering if there was something that we could have done that would have saved my father's life. So when I was running for department commander, the department commander gets to pick a special project every year, so that was mine. And then I would try to decide, well, what money we raise, how are we going to fund it out there? And so I did a lot of research. There's a lot of great programs. My counterpart here at the Sons of the American Legion, he has a great program that he works through. But the reason I chose Save a Warrior is it's based right here in Ohio, right here in Hillsboro, Ohio. So all the money that was raised or donated was going to stay right here, helping veterans and first responders get mentally healthy, where they can lead a productive life. And that was so important to me. And through the kindness of individuals, from posts, from districts, from businesses that I've talked to date, we have raised over $61,000 for Save a Warrior, and we're not done yet. I hope that if your post or yourself haven't thought about a donation yet, I would just like to say to you, there's absolutely no donation that is too small. And of course, absolutely no donation too large. I would say that I was very happy when I came in here today and that I saw that you had Aero International gaming machines, because Aero International has been very generous with the Department of Ohio. They gave $100,000 to Ohio Charities, Inc., and that money is going to go back out to help host in our department. They also gave a $10,000 donation to Save a Warrior. Incredibly nice. They're a veteran-owned company, so they know what it is to be a veteran and what veterans are supposed to be about. I know I've taken up a lot of time, Commander, I'm sorry. I told you I was pretty chatty. But no, thank you all very, very much for allowing me to be here tonight. It's been my honor, my privilege, and thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Commander Wilson. Now, if you'll bear with me for just a moment. Tammy, I do not remember. Are you coming up to read Colleen's bio or live?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Is that my ability?
Tammy?
Stop it. I didn't even know I was supposed to.
I didn't remember if I asked you or not, so I.
No, okay, no, go for it.
Pardon the interruption, folks. Our next speaker is the Department of Ohio President of the American Legion Auxiliary, Colleen Phillips. Colleen joined the American Legion Auxiliary in the 1970s when her mother, Matilda Bishop, was the president of Warren L. McIntyre Unit 262. Her eligibility is from her late father, Billy B. Bishop, who served in World War II in the Navy Seabees. Her unit did not have a junior unit until Colleen started one in 2000. But she was involved in many auxiliary and Legion events when growing up. Colleen has held each of the elected offices in her unit. District President for the Great First District from 2004 to 2006, and the most of the chairmanships in the Department of Ohio. Colleen married her childhood sweetheart, Timothy J. Phillips. They have been married for 54 years, had 5 children and 12 grandchildren. Tim has been squadron commander twice and is currently adjutant for SAL Squadron 262. Both Colleen and Tim have been involved in many community charitable organizations and very active in Post 262, helping with many Legion family events. Colleen's love for the American Legion Auxiliary has been evident with her involvement in the juniors. She is so proud that her granddaughter, Evelyn, has served as honorary junior president this year. Colleen feels blessed to have been elected to serve as the Department of Ohio's president 2021 to 2022. Colleen?
Thanks. It's an honor to be here tonight. You're a very special Legion family with wonderful, caring, and giving members. I bring greetings on behalf of the 42,000 members of the American Legion Auxiliary Department of Ohio. Congratulations on the many years of service to your community, your state, and even to your nation. Your Legion family has touched so many lives and continues to make a difference for so many. On behalf of the Ohio Military Family Assistance Fund, a program run through our Department of American Legion Auxiliary, I have chosen that as my special project this year, because like Jeanne, this money stays all in our state. It doesn't go out of the state, and it helps any military family that needs assistance and any veteran that needs assistance. So I wanted to pick a project like that would help stay right here and help our people. In this small way, our first of all, our veterans and military have done so much for us. And by having this program, I felt that in a small way, we could give back to them for all their great sacrifices and things that they have done for us. Thanks goes out to all of you for inviting us here tonight, and we have had fun, and we loved your patriotic interview. It was really awesome. I really enjoyed it. It was neat. It was fun. I didn't bring a lot of notes. I didn't want to take all evening, but Jeanne had some wonderful things that she said, and again, the membership. And the reason I've been involved with the juniors is because I want our organization to continue. And with our junior auxiliary members, if we do it right and encourage them and make them feel welcome, they will come back and join us when they're older and when they're in college. I know my unit, we have 3 or 4 that started in my junior unit, now are in college, and they're still members, and one of them's going to graduate this year, so that's really exciting for me. My oldest granddaughter actually was a Central Division president, and I figured that was our claim to fame for my family, but then this worked out that I could do this. And it's like I've said all year, this isn't about me, it's about our American Legion Auxiliary and all you wonderful ladies who do so much to help your veterans. I want all of you to know that it's our American Legion Auxiliary and our American Legion Auxiliary family. And working together, we can accomplish so much. So thank you for being here.
Okay, our next speaker is the Department of Ohio Sons Commander, Douglas Hancock. To assist in carrying on for God and country is the best way to describe Sons of the American Legion Commander, Doug Hancock. Doug's eligibility is through his father, Don, a World War II Army Staff Sergeant, who passed away in 1985. The Sons of the American Legion has provided him with a way to honor his father's military service. Introduced to the Legion family in 2001 at Maumee Squadron 320, he assumed the officer position, working his way to commander, and holding that position for a total of 6 years. While at Post 320, he spent 5 years raising funds for the Northwest Ohio Honor Flight, sending veterans to Washington, D.C. He began attending 1st District meetings after meeting officers at his first national convention in Nashville. He held all district chairs, including 2 years as district commander. He served 4 years as Children's Miracle Network chairman, introducing the Josh Dog program to his squadron and the detachment. He organized hospital visits to give Josh Dog kits to hospitalized kids, ultimately visiting all 6 CMN hospitals in Ohio. He transferred to Murbach Seaford Squadron 479 in 2015 and has been their chaplain for a number of years. Since 1915, he has raised funds for Hooves, Healing Our Heroes Veterans Equine Services through the American Legion family, and serves Hooves as a board member. He is proud to say that the American Legion family is responsible for around 80 to 85% of their funds for the last 2 years. He spent over 50 years in the construction trade, 4th generation in his family. He and his lovely wife Rita raised 4 wonderful daughters who have blessed them with 8 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren. They celebrate their 51st anniversary in March. He is an active member of the Providence Lutheran Church for over 20 years. He is also a Red Cross blood donor and has having exceeded the 25-gallon mark. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021-22 Sons Commander, Doug Hancock.
Good evening. I look out here at these group of people that are assembled here today, and I see the people that are doing the work for the American Legion, the American Legion Riders, the Auxiliary, and the Sons. You served. You worked with the people in your squadrons, you worked with your people at the district, and make things happen. I want to thank Bernie for the invitation to the honors banquet. He asked me to speak here this evening. He insinuated that you may be tired of hearing from him. I heard that. But seriously, I never planned on this position and was on the fence about stepping up. 5 years ago or so, he and Nancy came up to my post for a charity event for Who. And he said, he looked at me and said, "It's your turn." So here I am. You heard about my intro. Obviously, I enjoy raising funds for our charities and for our veterans. My program, Hooves, Let's just start this out with 22 veterans a day are taking their own lives. Something's wrong about that. Founder Amanda Held is a former Air Force veteran. She's currently with the 180th. She developed the program. Our program graduates report these improvements: 83% suicide thoughts, 99% social isolation, 73% substance abuse, and 47% night terrors. Our horses are all rescue horses. They are very intuitive. No riding is involved. The veterans, male and female, deal with their individual needs through the horses. Last evening, I met some of the veterans as they came in for our very first 4-day weekend retreat. Had the opportunity to talk to several of them, and some of them are back for another retreat to follow up. We always have at least 2 graduates there to assist. Veterans helping veterans. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak here this evening. Please consider Save a Warrior, Colleen's program, and whose. I have brochures with me this evening. I will have them over at my table. A little bit from a lot of people goes a long way. As you've seen, like I said, I like to raise money. When I was collecting money for Honor Flight, I would do 50-50 raffles while the auxiliary had their Taco Tuesdays. Then it might be a little bit here, a little bit there. And ultimately, over 5.5 years, we collected over $7,000 and sent that, for $400 a piece, we sent that many veterans off to Washington, D.C. We need to honor our veterans. My father passed away. He and I worked together for 17 years. He passed away in 1985. And has spoken that the fact that when I went over to Mom Post and signed up, I found a way to honor my father's memory, which was all of us, according to the grandfathers, all of us that are members of Sons of American Legion. And don't forget that. We're not just there to Great Weir. We're there to work with our charities. The younger veterans right now, so far, and I've read the articles and I've seen this, are meeting over social media. Some of them don't feel welcome. We need to change the culture. That stigma is just some place to go to get drunk. It has to go away. Each and every one of the organizations that I work with fundraising, we had our Toledo Blade, we had our WSBD, we had our WTOL. Let the people know who we are and what we are. We're told from birth, don't brag. We have to brag about what we do with this association, with this organization. Once again, thank Bernie for the invitation here. I want to thank my wife, beautiful wife, Rita, for putting up with me for all these years, 51 years. And I want to thank you all.
Thank you for all of our speakers that joined us here tonight and sharing their stories. It's deeply moving and great stories to hear. Thank you. Bear with me for just a few moments here. I got my notes slightly out of order. right, next we will have the roll call of past commanders and past presidents. Past commanders that are present. Charles Chrisman, 1983. David Robertson, 1985. Dennis Tyner, 1991, 1993, 2002. John Bud Topper, 1995, 2004. Curtis Wright, year 2000. Doug Wilson, 2009. John Bill Cummings, 2012, 2013, 2018. Anthony Tony Michaelak, 2019, 2020, 2021. Past auxiliary presidents that are present. Vicki Topper, 1995, 96, 2004, 2005. Alice Tyner, 1998, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2005, 2006. Randy Robertson, 2008, 2009, 2010. Colleen Phillips, 2010, 2018. And finally, Karen Weir, 2018 through 2022. Squadron 181 past commanders. Mark Beam, Dan Briggs, Bernie Kessler, and Kevin Tyner. Thank you all for your service to this post and to our community. Okay, I think at this point we have most of the formalities taken care of. So I think I can call up David and Denny, and we can transition over to some awards. I'm just going to interject just real quick after Commander Wilson said on her 10th day in office, her adjutant left. I'm not sure I would handle it very well if on day 10 after I got elected that Dave said he was retiring. So Jeanne held it together a lot better than I would have.
Okay, we're going to pass out some continuous years of membership certificates here. The first one, I know this gentleman's not here, but I do believe he's the first Vietnam veteran. That's James Elliott, 50 years. The next one is John Bill Cummings, 50-year certificate. Now this next certificate, I hope that I am around to receive it. Paul Sr., 70 years. And since Paul has, so few years, 70, We got him this plaque too.
Oh,
April 21st, 2022, by American Legion Post 181 for 70 years of membership. Yeah. We thank you for bringing me that. I appreciate that.
That's great.
Now, the next thing I normally pass out about this time would be a past commander's pin to Tony. But we gave him a pin, and we gave him a plaque. We run out of things to give to Tony. So just thank you this year. Now, Commander Wilson, if you would come back up forward, please. On behalf of the officers and members of Post 181, we'd like to accept this gift from us. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come here and talk. And I'm sure you probably know what it is. You got one at home.
Got one at home, I'm gonna have a matching set.
Gonna have a matching set. You might want to open it.
I was just talking about it.
You might want to go ahead and open it. So some of them may not know what we give.
Why he says I'll have a matching set is 25 years ago, my husband was department commander, and he was here at your birthday celebration, membership celebration, and past commanders, presidents, banquet, and I'm not very good about it.
Rip it.
Just,
Well,
Do you want her to rip it? Or something?
just get a sweat off.
I'm trying to,
Oh,
It's
you
the-
did it. Brandy,
it's the
you
ribbon.
wrap it.
there we go.
She wrapped it.
Arthur has got the, he got a hold of me and doesn't, Arthur and I don't get along very well.
I have a good hat on.
All right, what the heck, come on, Commander, help out a little. There we go, thank you.
It is very pretty though, Brandy.
But anyways, if it's what, it's like his, it sits in our dresser and we throw all our change in there. And then when we get it full, whoever thinks about it first steals it off to the bank.
All right. Well, actually, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
You got a box of moon
moon
pies.
pies.
Yeah.
You didn't get the message from the doctor.
Not the moon pies.
Not the moon
I
pies.
didn't know Brandy liked me.
Said that I'm very, free diet. Oh, see, it is.
Now you have your own.
I don't have to share it with you.
That's right, you don't.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and also from the post, we'd like to present this check to you for your
For saying, oh, thank you. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. A check for $1,000 for Save a Warrior.
Oh, very
Okay, Tammy, I think you're up now.
I know.
Call Colleen up. Colleen, Colleen, Colleen. We got you, Colleen. We have a lot of fun, you know, the auxiliary, we do have a lot of fun. We love you, Colleen. Thank you very much for what you've done for us. and serving as the president. And can you tell that this was not really done? I did not know. This is for your.
It's the proceeds from our patriotic dinner show we had 3 weeks ago.
And the proceeds, oh my goodness.
So how
Oh
much?
my goodness, $5,100.
No,
$5,001. I remember this. And Auxiliary and Brandy, where you at? Brandy, she's a big person on here. Thank you so much. You have a
Taste of desire.
I'm sorry, Carrie would be so excited about this too if she was here. Okay? So
I just want to say a little bit. The Military Family Assistance Fund going into this year was at 0. So everything is really, really appreciated. And the last I heard it was $10,000. So got a ways to go, but this will really help. So thank you so much.
Last but not least, Kevin Tyner.
Commander Hancock, would you please join me up here?
I need my glasses.
I'd like to thank all 3 of our speakers tonight for coming and making the drive here and spending time with us. We really appreciate you guys coming. I know some of you have a little further drive than others, but we really appreciate the fact that you did come. Commander, on behalf of the squadron of 181 here, Bucyrus, I'd like to present you this check for your hooves program.
Thank you very much.
I also have one more gift for you. This is also from us. Special thanks for you coming down tonight.
You can help me with that.
Bernie, buddy.
That's high
Yeah, we're good.
Rip it.
No, we're not saving anything.
He's gonna do it each pop. Dave second. Dave
So if you were here at Bernie's homecoming, you saw he got a little bit larger one than that, but that's made of Lexington, Ohio, Rush Woodwork. So it's maple, bloodwood, and the Starfield is done in walnuts.
Thank you very much. I work with one.
There you go.
Thank you.
Commander Wilson, can I have you come up one more time and pass Commander Matan? Can you join us up here, please? We're going to kind of recreate a presentation that happened at the Department Convention last year with the presentation of the Crystal Eagle Award. Post 181, we were the largest contributors to the Gifts for Yanks charity for medium-sized posts. So this was obtained under Tony's last year as commander. So we're just going to recreate the presentation of this award.
Commander,
Yes, Commander.
we would like, on behalf of the Department of Ohio American Legion, to present you and Post 181 this Crystal Eagle in recognition and appreciation for your $10,000 gift to the Yanks donation. Is that outstanding? 10. Smile for real.
Now, this is our second Crystal Eagle Award, and we fully expect to receive another one this summer, as Denny kind of tallied it up, and we are currently in position to donate $10,200 this year, so we have surpassed the 10,000 already. So thank you all for your hard work, and thank you for Bucyrus liking to eat a lot of fried fish on Fridays. Brady, can I ask you to come up one more time? This time we are going to have our memorial service to our fallen past presidents. On cover?
The past members this year that have passed away: Janet Widman, Donna Gorenflow, Ellie Miller, who was also a World War II veteran and an auxiliary member, and Jill Spears.
Members of Squadron 181 that went into Squadron Everlasting, with 30-year member John Kennedy, 17-year member Lonnie Aran, and 27-year member Bob Weir.
Finally, our adjutant, David Robertson.
The members that have passed away since last banquet: George Fail, Army, Vietnam; Norm Haldeman, Navy, Korea; Tommy Wright, Navy, Vietnam; Richard Schmidt, Navy, World War II; Charles Schuster, Army, Korea; Lloyd Heckert, U.S. Air Force, Korea; Francis Jim Topper, USMC, World War II; Richard Millington, Marine Corps, Vietnam; Jimmy Bauer, United States Coast Guard, Korea; Daniel Ross, U.S. Army, Vietnam; Ernest McClintock, U.S. Navy, World War II; Harvey Young, U.S. Navy, World War II; William Combs, U.S. Army, World War II; Gary Weir, U.S. Navy, Vietnam; James R. Dunlap, and I believe he was a 77-year member, World War II; Norm Egner, U.S. Navy, Korea; and Albert Burt Shannon, U.S. Navy, Vietnam.
Let us pray. Almighty God, grant to us the grace to remember with love and reverence our dear departed members. Grant peace and eternal rest to those bestow upon your everlasting blessing upon us. May their memory serve as an inspiration to us, be with us and bless us as we pray. Amen.
Recover. Two. Ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude our program for tonight. We thank you for joining us. Please feel free to stick around and join in some fellowship, either up here or down at the canteen. And as we go, let us join in singing a verse of God Bless America. God bless America. Tyner, who's been in the job 9 years now, and please also past President Weir. Tonight's broadcast will be on the Crawford County Now Facebook page beginning at 5:30 tomorrow night, Friday evening. Broadcast coverage of service of Adam Weiser, Transfiber Technology, Martin Mike's Roofing, also Hannah Newton and Associates at Wendy's, Osiris and Upper Sandusky, Jim and Jeremy Litter at Joanna's Body Shop, the Kimberline family at Osiris Road Materials since 1939, and Vince Ponziani, everybody at Waycraft Industries. On behalf of all of our sponsors and the members of the Colonel Crawford Post in downtown Osiris, this is Davy Jones wishing you a pleasant good evening.